So let me start from the beginning. My family was raised on carnation milk, which is like a evaporated milk cut with water. So basically half and half, and then a spoonful of sugar. And that's put in a bottle, warmed up, and fed to you through a nipple.
I don't think I realized that there was sugar in it.
Oh, God, yes.
Isn't that bad for kids?
I mean, I turned out fine. I'm less than 5 feet tall, but... So anyway, back to my... So, tea... And okay, so that's the kind of milk we were raised on. So there wasn't like... I mean, when we had our kids, we gave them fresh milk.
Well, our kids were nursed.
What do you call it?
Milk.
What do you call milk that comes in a container?
Milk.
And what do you call milk that comes in a can?
That doesn't exist. That's not something...
You've been with me for 19 years.
You mean, what do I call it now, or like growing up?
Well, I guess you never heard of it before.
Growing up, it was not a thing. I mean, you could get it at the store, but people would be like, there's milk in that can?
No one used evaporated milk?
For like making pies or whatever, but it was not something that you had around.
Isn't that sweetened condensed milk? That's a different thing.
No, sweetened condensed milk is super thick.
Yeah.
That's the stuff you can make like caramel out of.
So did you use that for anything?
Nothing.
I never heard of that.
No, nobody ever. The only time I ever got milk that wasn't like in a jug, because it comes in cartons here, but it comes in jugs in the South, was when we were really poor and on welfare, and we got like a food hamper every month, and we would go and they would have like boxes of powdered milk. And I thought that was the most disgusting thing I could imagine, because milk should be in a jug. It should be very cold and
not lumpy.
You should not have to stir your milk to make it not lumpy.
We loved powdered milk. That wasn't actually such a bad thing. But we never had, as far as like a container of milk to have cereal, there was no such thing. We made carnation cut with water, and that's what we put on our cereal. And I'm trying to remember if we ever had cartons of fresh milk, and it was like a treat. And you could have it on cereal, but I don't know what we had it for. It was not very often.
It's funny because when we had our kids in the U.S., we always had 2 gallons of milk in the fridge. Like we would go to the store and get 2 gallons of milk at a time. So
that's 4 2 liters.
So here we get 4 2-liter cartons.
I forgot about that.
There's always, I mean,
there's
know,
always
we use
at least
them,
8 liters of
but
milk in the fridge.
We go through a lot.
We drink it a lot now. But we've got healthy growing boys. I mean, we need lots of milk around. But anyway.
No osteoporosis for us.
No, my bones are brittle. I just can't even touch off me and I'll crack. I'm fragile. So anyway, but we were raised on carnation milk. That was just the norm. The kids before me, my parents' generation were all raised on carnation milk. And so essentially the only thing missing right now from this cup of tea, quite honestly, is a nipple.